The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Thanks very much, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank my colleague for his speech. I'd like to read a quote from the RCMP Commissioner. I quote, "The RCMP can confirm having received all the documents from the Office of the House of Commons Law Clerk relating to SDTC. They were collected in August pursuant to an order of the House of Commons. Moreover, the RCMP has concluded that the available reports do not identify any criminal offences or evidence of criminal wrongdoing at this time." That was back in September, Mr. Speaker, and since September, despite claiming that they care about the use or misuse of public funds, these Conservatives have filibustered in the House of Commons, shutting down the most important legislative assembly in Canada for their own trivial and partisan political nonsense. More to the point, Mr. Speaker, the member from Durham didn't share his grave concerns about SDTC, didn't share any concerns about the misuse of public funds, which wasn't started by this government. It's not an agency of the Canadian government, and it's a foundation that invests in climate action. It is not an agency of this government, and it wasn't started by this government. It's a foundation that invests in climate action, which is the real reason that they're here, because they don't care about climate action. They don't care about the misuse of public funds. That's incontrovertible, Mr. Speaker. But what he's shown today is that he doesn't care about social activism. He hates climate action. He doesn't care about environmental, social, or governance standards, Mr. Speaker. It's clear why the Conservatives have been filibustering. It's for their ideological purposes, not for the misuse of public funds.
Okay. I'm just going to say, let's try to keep our questions and comments as concise as possible. The Honourable Member for Durham.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There was no question from the Liberal MP for Milton, but I do appreciate his comment because he betrayed exactly the point I've been making. He thinks that giving corporations and nonprofits backed by hundreds of millions of dollars the ability to use that money for their own purpose without the accountability, to step outside of their mission and try to influence our democratic process has anything to do with caring about climate change. He is an elitist. He wants people with money and power to be able to abuse it and use it. And he can use whatever climate change mask over that elitism he would like. But that is the reality of his political philosophy. It's the reality of the Liberal government's governance agenda. And it's exactly why they continue to resist turning over all the documents to the RCMP.